So I have my Saint makeup in a bag, and the reason that I have my Saint makeup in a bag is because yesterday we had a party outside and it was like 80 degrees. But it was our party, and I wanted to make sure that my makeup and my eyebrows and everything stayed intact, and it did. I didn't wind up having to reapply, but I wanted to make sure that I had my makeup with me. But if you don't know, Saint foundation, these are creams. Creams can melt in 70, 80, 90 degree weather. So what I did was I put it in the bag and I had it in the cooler, just on top of everything else. It's a really great way to take your stuff with you. You can put it in a lunch bag with an ice pack or something like that. But summer is upon us. Spring is upon us. It's really nice out. We want to make sure that we are not allowing our creams to melt. If you get a Saint shipment, right, we want to, if it's warm out, if it's warm where you live, when you get it out of the mailbox, when you get out of the mailbox, you want to bring it in and just kind of stick your entire box in the refrigerator, and don't even unpack it for a good hour or two, especially depending on how hot it is, because your creams could have melted a little in the mailbox or in the mail carrier's truck or whatever the case may be, and you want to give your creams a chance to settle before you open them and it makes a really big mess. Okay, so that is my rule going into summer. Another rule going into summer is we want to make sure that we are changing our foundation colors as our skin color changes. So yesterday I got some sun. I'm darker today than I normally am. So I would do one of two things. Either I would have my darker foundation color available in here, or I would make sure that I always have my bronzer with me, because your bronzer can help carry you until your next foundation color comes. If you are a customer of mine, if you do not have your darker colors yet, all you have to do is send me another photo. When you get some sun, I will let you know what color to buy next, and you grab it. Grab a couple other things too, because it's free shipping over $50, right? So get whatever. I hate my Wi-Fi. I am so Wi-Fi off. Hopefully we don't have any more problems. Someone will have to let me know if you can't hear me. It's so annoying when that happens. All right, so what was I even saying? So make sure you get your darker colors. Make sure you have your bronzer with you so that it will carry you throughout the seasons. It's always great to have. And make sure you're getting another color match if you need to, and that's totally okay. It's always free. You can always say, Krista, I just don't feel like my color is light enough or dark enough, and what do I need to order? And I will let you know what that is, and then you just go ahead and grab it. It's also a good time to refill or grab another lip and cheek color to try, grab a new brush you wanted to try, grab your brush cleaner. If you don't have your brush cleaner, it is really important to be cleaning our makeup brushes weekly, really, if we are using our brushes every day to apply our makeup, because all of this makeup that builds up in our brushes allows for bacteria. If our brush is touching our face, it is getting bacteria in it, and bacteria is going to breed. And then what's going to happen is when we continue to use our dirty brushes on our faces are going to break out, because we're going to get acne because of the bacteria, and it's just bad news all around. We don't want that to happen. Can you see the difference, right? So I applied the teeny tiny bit of foundation color over here under my eye, and there I didn't. You have to check this out to appreciate it. I have blues and purples and greens and redness from getting sun, and it so easily color corrects and covers it up and brightens you and makes you look 10 years younger like that. It is just amazing. All right, so I'm gonna apply a little bit here too. We are not going to do that big deep V anymore under our eyes with concealer. We're just gonna kind of tap our makeup across here, right, to kind of fill in that crease down there, brighten that up, and tap it back and forth. And then we can kind of blend our makeup down a little, but we're not gonna do that really big, bright V like that. Just tapping a little bit of makeup on, because we are over 35 and we have wrinkles. We have fine lines under our eyes. It is just the thinnest skin under there. So we want to be really gentle with it. First of all, just tapping our makeup on. And we don't want to accentuate any of those wrinkles down there. So we're going to be really careful in that area of our face. And make sure I didn't miss. Oh, interested in more info, please. I will write down. There is a color match link right there, wherever it's pinned for you guys. I think it's right there. It says kristascolormatch.com. If you go to that, it asks you some questions. You attach your makeup-free photo to it, and then I email you back all your suggested colors. It's totally free. And that is the best way to get started. But I will message you also with my color match form, and you can let me know whatever issues you may have that you want to let me know about, and we can chat about what your needs are, because that's what my job is. My job is to color match you and to give you and suggest to you whatever products you need for yourself, because everybody is different, right? So what's so neat about that is it takes the guesswork out of it, so we don't have to go to the store anymore and try and figure out which products, which colors, which textures, which, like all those things. It just gets so crazy. There's so much out there to choose from. So this is just cream. It's just cream, and the only thing that changes sometimes is the prep. So I would say if you have oily skin, you should absolutely grab the setting spray. I'd say if you don't have oily skin, you have dry or combination skin, you should still have the setting spray. The best way to do it is to prime with the setting spray, and then when you're done, to set with the setting spray. You will have literally the most flawless finish of makeup, like something from a magazine or TV when they're airbrushed. That is what your makeup will look like. I didn't used to spray my face with the setting spray, but since I have been, it has been a game changer. Like almost 2 years in, I just started doing that, and I'm like, holy crap, why haven't I been doing that my entire, career so far in Saint? But I'm glad that I am now. So I applied my contour like this because we're raising up those cheekbones, we're bringing down the size of our forehead. I contoured a little under here, and then I applied my highlight color. So highlight in Saint is foundation and concealer. Just depends what color you're using where. Super easy. I only use one color all over. I don't always like to have a really bright under eye because sometimes the brighter colors can accentuate the wrinkles, the texture. So a lot of times I'll go with just one color. Now I'm gonna use my cream blush color. I have Cindy right here. I'm gonna apply just a little bit right above my contour. It's buildable, everything is buildable. So we wanna start really light with anything that we're putting on our face and then add to it. The same thing goes for our eyeshadow too. It is way easier to add than to take away. So I'm applying a little bit of Cindy just right above my contour right there. We want to keep our blush kind of up higher this way. If we come down this way with our blush and come straight across, it kind of widens our face. I don't know very many people who want their face to look wider. If you do, that's okay. You can totally put your color in the apples of your cheeks. But I would say keeping your blush and your contour up this way, keeping your contour kind of in this shape, it's going to make your face, gonna elongate your face, make it look thinner. All right, and you can see this dewiness. That is just the beauty in the cream makeup. That is what we are supposed to look like. It is not oily. It is a dewy, just youthful, moisturized, healthy glow. If you don't like that, by all means, you can use your setting powder or whatever over top of your makeup. I do like to set sometimes under my eyes. And what that does is it mattifies. So since it's shiny, it's going to make some of the wrinkling stand out a little bit. You can see that when I move my mouth, but I just kind of take a little bit of setting powder just underneath there, and it mattifies it so it takes the sheen away. If you take the sheen away, you take the light reflecting off of your wrinkles away. Just a little bit of magic. You can do that wherever you want to. And then also, if you tend to get oily, you could do the same thing. And my setting powder is right here. Right here, it's a tin right there. It makes it just so easy. Everything that you need for your face, other than your mascara, is right here in your compact. I imagine at some point we will probably have mascara too because we have everything else. My brows are in here. So in this bag, I also threw a couple of brushes. I use my detail brush. I used it for my whole face. And then I have my eyeshadow brush and my line brush because this is for my brows, for my eyeshadow, and then I just have everything in there. And since all the brushes are double-ended, it's just so easy and convenient. So you can see my brows already had some stuff in there from earlier, but when I go over with the brush sometimes it wipes when I do the rest of my makeup, it kind of wipes a little bit off. So I'm gonna go back in and fix these a little. Using the eyeshadow over top, like on my brows, over top of the cream makeup is amazing. Your brows are not going to move. They're not going to melt off or anything like that. It's just kind of like insurance for your brows when you're filling them in. I have used so many different brow products, and I've even used our cream contour for my brows, but I just don't get the same kind of soft look with the same staying powder with power. I'm a little nuts, you know, if you guys have been here before, you might know that. All right, so I'm gonna fix this one right here. We never want our brows to look exactly the same, because the more identical they are, the more fake they're going to look, for lack of a better word. So oh my gosh, this stinking phone, guys, I'm so sorry. And that's it, right? Pretty easy. If I can do that, anybody can do that. And then you can just keep playing with it and filling it in. Sometimes I actually like to take my eyeshadow brush, tap into the powder a little, and really fill it in. I like more of a bold brow sometimes. And that just applies a little bit extra product. So other than that, what else are we doing here? In my brush bag is where all my brushes stay. This is where my compact lives also. I put my compact right on top of there, wrap it all up. I also have my mascara in here, and I keep my liquid liner in here. Now we do have a liner in one of the little tins, and again, you use your line brush and you can line your eyes with it. I have been using liquid liner for so many years, I just can't seem to get myself away from it, and it's what I'm used to using, so this is what I keep using. Other than that, I use everything Saint, everything in my compact. My setting spray, I use my Saint wipes on my face to remove my makeup. I use the Saint skincare, and it's changed my skin. I have the driest, flakiest skin. It was so terrible. And I was using liquid makeup. I definitely could never use powder. And it would make my skin, it would make the dryness just worse. And a lot of those products, they have alcohol in them. They are alcohol based. So then they evaporate on your skin. I just touched myself with mascara. They evaporate on your skin throughout the day, which dries your skin out even more and can make you feel and look even drier. It's just so ridiculous. And that's why cream is better. It just is. It's going to keep you dewy and hydrated all day long. But if you're oily, don't let that scare you. It's not going to make you more oily. All you have to do is make sure that you have the right skincare for your skin type, and make sure that you're not using any silicones with your cream makeup, and it will be fantastic. It'll be totally okay. All right, so the last thing that I'm gonna do, that I always do, is I always use my illuminator. Sometimes I use a cream one, sometimes I use a powder one. I love honey cream, and it's not actually yellow. Once you get it on you, it just blends out and it looks like your skin. So I do use the honey because the cream is very subtle and I love it a whole lot. But I also sometimes use the powder, which is Georgia, because it's a little more glam and it makes me feel really pretty when I apply it. So a little bit goes a long way with all this makeup, and you can apply illuminator anywhere you want. I like to apply it here for a little, like, boom, right? And like, it makes your eyebrow look like it is going higher when we brighten underneath of it. But I want to show you this too. So this is Georgia. Georgia is more glam. Powder is going to be more glam. It's going to reflect more light, and it's a little more unforgiving. So when you apply it, make sure that you're putting it where you want it, because you're not going to get a whole lot of play with it, but it is gorgeous. You need an illuminator in your life. Okay, so I showed you the cream, I showed you the powder. I'm gonna use my cheek color. These are actually lip and cheek colors. They double. It really just takes the guesswork out of it. If you've seen me live, I don't know, a couple months ago, I used to use this analogy. So if you've ever went to shop for living room furniture. And you walk in and the room is all set up, right? With the furniture, with the bookshelves and the TV stand and the TV and the vases and the pictures and all the things. And you just kind of want to buy the whole room because it looks fantastic, right? It's like when you go and you buy a house or you look at a house that's staged, you want to buy it with all that stuff in it because it looks so good. That's what I feel like this is. I feel like it's like a one-stop shop. And then some of these things are, all of them, they're so versatile that it takes the guesswork out of it. It's like having a makeup designer for your face at your fingertips. And I come free. You know what I mean? You're just purchasing the makeup. So if you haven't had a color match, go to kristascolormatch.com, get a free color match. Reach out to me, DM me for sure. I'm gonna scroll back through here and see if there are any comments. I'm sorry, I just moved myself. Oh, hi Maylene. My girl's hopping on here. I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm gonna go finish dinner. My stomach, can you hear it? It is grumbling. I think I'm gonna pour a glass of wine. I roasted a chicken. I have roasted red potatoes in the oven, sweet potatoes, and I'm gonna make some zucchini really quick in a pan. I cannot wait to eat. I love food. So thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you girls soon.